The topic of past lives or reincarnation is a very important topic that has been discussed by people in the field of spirituality. Different traditions talk about past lives and reincarnation in different ways. Certain schools of yoga also talk about past lives and the fact that perhaps we may one day have the sensitivity to have a connection to our past lives and know what we were and perhaps what unfulfilled responsibilities and duties we had in that lifetime. This is because the Vedic tradition ascertains that we are born as an incarnation because we have some unfulfilled responsibilities from the previous time we were here. Patanjali talks about it when he talks about the sutra, Drishta Drishta Janma Vedaniyaha. He uses the word Janma when he talks about the impact of the kleshas, that perhaps sometimes the reason for our suffering in this life is maybe because of some kleshas we had in the past. Patanjali also talks about this idea in an indirect way when he talks about the concept of having non-graspingness, not grasping objects too much. Aparigraha sthairye janma katham tha sambodaha. When we have mastered Aparigraha, when we have become stable in Aparigraha, then perhaps we have the time and space to reflect on the purpose of our birth this time. However, Patanjali and all great masters are also very clear, saying that the focus of yoga is mostly about what we do in this lifetime. We are not really able to do anything about our past lives, and this is something we must not become obsessive with and pursue past life experiences again and again. What has happened in the past cannot be changed, but what we can change is the present. We cannot change the future so much because it has not yet happened, but we can influence the present, and this is why Patanjali often re-emphasizes this idea of Atha Yoga Anushasanam, be present, be now. Also important to remember is that we cannot really remember many past lives. To connect with our past lives, we must come to a state of sensitivity where the mind is in a very quiet state, where it is able to have a connection with the past lives. Very few people are able to do it, and very few people who are able to do it are doing it with a very refined mind. These are rishis and yogis we are talking about. Of course, there are certain freak experiences of some people remembering their past lives, but those are what is called a miracle. Those are what is called some kind of accident. Patanjali would call them bhava pratyaya. By birth, they have a connection to the past life. But all others like us, we cannot be desperately searching for what we were in the past life. We must practice yoga in a very sincere manner to calm our mind, to come to a state of sensitive place where perhaps there is a connection that can happen to what may have happened in the past, an insight, a glimpse of what may have happened in the past. Not really everybody has this potential. What is most important for us as yogis to focus on is that we stay in the present moment and make sure that our life is lived with a purpose so that we achieve the dharma, our swadharma, and therefore we reduce the chance of perhaps being born in another incarnation because we have liberated ourselves by practicing our swadharma. This is the message of Patanjali and all Vedic traditions.